did? You just sworn? Did you just sworn?
I
Dang,
don't know
damn. You
what
know,
to
we
say
used to,
about it.
like, my friends and I used to do that, like, in 7th standard. We used to be like, we used to go up to someone and they'd be swearing for the first time. We go like, you just fucking swear? What the fuck?
Bro, dude, I used to do that so much. That used to be the joke.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly right.
dude, I don't know why. Like in sixth grade or lower, we were so scared of the teacher. Were you ever like so scared,
I
dude?
know.
And I like say something like, "Damn, this teacher's annoying me," and my other friends would be like, "Dude, I'm gonna tell the teacher, yo, what did you just say?"
Big threat.
And I'm like shaking. My knees are like trembling. I'm like, bro, it's a joke,
Please.
bro.
I
We're
literally
friends,
suck
right,
you
bro?
off,
I
man.
I invited you to my pizza party.
Bro,
Please.
that reminds me, so I'll tell you, okay. So we used to have the system set up in our school. We had a diary, and on the diary, we used to have a positive remark page
Oh,
and a
yeah,
negative remark.
yeah.
Bro, when I tell you, negative remarks used to get me shitting and coming all over the place, bro. Because my mom had told me beforehand, listen, I will sign all your positives. I will not sign a single one of your negative remarks.
Dude, oh my
Wait,
god.
the story goes like this, okay? So every time I got a negative, I say every time I got a negative, as well, I got a several. I got like 4 in my entire school life because I was scared for my life at that point. Okay, so and I still have to go and get it signed by my dad. All right. So this one time, okay, I was in 5th standard. I I'm not going to name drop, but fuck Ma'am Rosie. Yo, this teacher, when so I'll tell you, okay. I was not there in class one day because I was a part of a school ceremony, okay. So we were practicing, there was a rehearsal. So I couldn't attend the class.
No.
And in that class, she told the students to bring a book the next day. And I came to school the next day without that book, duh, because I wasn't there when she told them. And this woman's like, yo, why didn't you get the book? And I'm like, I wasn't there in class yesterday. She's like, you should have asked someone. I'm like, how? We don't have phones. I'm 5th standard. She's like, bring a diary.
F.
And I'm like, I'm in tears. I'm in tears. I'm like, no, Lord, please. And then, bro, and tell me that this isn't the most understandable reason to get a warning. My mom still didn't sign it, dude. She's like, in a way,
Involve your father.
I'm not tainting my signature with this shit. Get it signed by your dad. I was like, damn, all right, cold hearted as fuck, but okay, man.
Dude, I remember. Okay, so this was like in again seventh grade, I think. And I mean, so we had like a bio teacher, fierce man, crazy. He used to pop off.
Hmm.
So we didn't like the whole class except like 2 kids, annoying ones. Except those 2 kids, no one did this work. Okay, and some random homework he gave us. And dude, I'm telling you, it was a 1 hour class. 30 minutes he had a Kanye West rant, bro.
No.
Man, dude, you know what he said? He's like, if you guys keep doing this, you'll become terrorists. To seventh graders?
No,
Dude, we were like, hey yo,
bro.
what? And then he's like, guys, so everyone come forward, give me your parents' number, okay? I'm, dude,
Baro,
I
tell them that
don't
kids are
care.
terrorists.
Yeah. They rejoined. Dude, he's spewing random shit. He's like, you'll never get jobs. I'm like, hey, chill,
Yo,
homie.
that's pushing
To
it.
seventh graders, it's like,
It's like giving you all an existential crisis when you all are figuring out how to use scissors.
dude, exactly. And I'm not, bro. First of all, I'm unfazed because I mean, I'm crazy
You're a
like that.
baddie. You're a
But
baddie.
yeah, people were like crying, and I was just like, guys,
I'll tell you, similar
don't
sort
be
of story,
crying,
okay? Similar sort of story. My teacher in 7th standard, 7th standard again, right? So
dude.
I don't know what happened to teachers in 7th standard.
Insane.
Bro, so this teacher goes like, she'd seen everyone was drinking, like people are drinking water from their bottle during the class, which is a normal thing you do when you get thirsty. And then she goes like, okay, I have to go out of the class now. If anyone drinks water while I'm outside the class, I'm going to give you all a negative remark. I was like, wait.
Ain't no way.
I'm like, what is this nonsense? So she leaves the class. I'm like, baddie alert. I'm gonna drink water. Cause she's lying, dude, duh. So I drink water, right? Snitch ass next to me, waits for ma'am to enter and goes like, ma'am, Varun drank water. Oh my god. Bro, she comes in, she's like, yo, Varun, give me your diary and give me a negative remark. Man, you should have seen me. I was in tears explaining how not drinking water leads to constipation. Like legit
Scientifically
tears.
speaking.
Legit tears talking through my tears. I'm like, ma'am, I
Oh
have
man.
constipation problems
Dude,
because
the
I don't drink.
bullshit they used to spew to scare us. Dude, once like the whole class, like there's no one in the class. Our whole class was going crazy. This was in fourth grade. Whole class was going crazy. Okay, and except like a few people in the back were doing dumb shit anyway.
Freaking morons.
Teacher randomly walks in. She's like starts picking people who are standing, right? She's like, yeah, you come outside, come outside. Some dudes are sitting in the back. They're like, no way, you're not involved. Come outside. Okay,
No.
dude, she's like picking random people. She's like going off. She just picks us and she takes us to the staff room. Okay, we're sitting in the staff room, and then she's like, everyone, show your face. I'm gonna take a picture of all of you.
Huh?
Bro. So imagine like 15 boys
Uh-huh.
hurt in.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
We're all huddled up. She's like, guys, look at the camera. I'm taking a picture of you. My homie sitting right in front of me, like side of me, he's like hiding himself with the kerchief and shit. He's like, ma'am, 1 second, ma'am. Bro, and then mom's like, remove the kerchief now.
Oh
And bro, and
no.
dude, again, no joke, I was unfazed. Because I was like, there's no way they're gonna do anything with this, okay? And
Right,
I'm just
right.
like standing, I'm like smiling and shit. And
Yeah.
mom's like, oh, Sid doesn't care, is it? And
Oh,
I'm like, no, ma'am. Ma'am, like, and that's when I folded.
you folded immediate.
I
Bro,
was like, shit, she's gonna take a personal picture now.
exactly, bro. This public punishment concept used in schools. When I was in fourth standard, I forgot a GK book. All right, a couple of us had forgotten our GK book. First of all, the irony of a GK book? It's general knowledge, bro. What are you gonna put in the book? All of the knowledge? Like, it's so. Anyway, so basically,
The stupidest damn shit. Anyway.
I'm sorry. Wait, my hatred for GK is another thing. That's why I've never read a newspaper in my life. Never read anything in my life, to be honest.
Same.
But so I'll tell you. Couple of stuff forgotten it, all right. And she gives us this false hope in the beginning. Like in the beginning, it's all banter and shit. I'm like, oh, maybe I won't get a negative today. She's like, all right, now all of you line up and one by one with your diaries, okay? Already bad enough. I'm in tears already. It's that easy to get
Fact.
me to
It's
break down in tears in
just like
school,
that.
all right? Yeah, in tears. And I'm crying in front of everyone. I'm like, guys, crying. Anyway, so we all get our negatives. Bro, it doesn't end there. She tells all of us to stand at the front of our class with our hands raised,
Oh,
and another teacher like who I knew, who my mom knew. Like I used to go to that was the art teacher who I used to go to for. So like she was a teacher in our school, but she used to also have art classes
yeah,
separately.
yeah, yeah,
I
same
used
as
to go to her house for art classes. She like knew me. She comes in and my teacher goes like, look at the pillars of my classroom, and I'm like standing here with like tears. I can't even like wipe the tears because my hands are up. Like tears rolling
it's
down
like
my
a
hands.
Greek painting of all the gods and
Exactly. It's
titans.
just like
Like,
I'm standing like this, and I'm like, my God, this is not the place to be, bro.
dude, and dude, the bullshit they used to spew. I remember once I did some shit. Again, I was called into a different. First, what they'll do is they'll take you to a different classroom, which
Mm-hmm.
is like suppose you're in first grade, they take you to fourth grade with
Mm-hmm.
your class teacher's teaching, and you just
Mm-hmm.
stand in the classroom just absorbing everything. And
Mm-hmm.
then the teacher comes up to me. She's like, "So actually, the school is expanding, and they're actually handing out TC letters to a few children. I think your name's going to be in the top list."
No.
I'm like, wait.
They're throwing you
I'm
out of
getting
school.
kicked out of this school. And homie started like a business meet. Yeah, so the school's expanding, if you have enough funding,
They are pitching. They are pitching to you why you shouldn't be in the school. Look, reason number one, and then it's like opposite Shark Tank, where the pitch ends with you saying, "Yeah, I'm out."
And I'm just like crying. I'm like, yo, I like the
Yo,
school
please
though.
stop. But my friends, they're like, look, but what about the business point of view? Listen,
Expansion for your career,
ex-
it's amazing.
oh man, wait,
Bro,
what else happened? Oh,
just because we're young.
bro,
Just
did I
because
ever
we're
tell you the
young.
story of how I was accused of cheating when I was in eighth standard?
Please go ahead.
Okay, basically, this bullshit. So look, I'll tell you, man. I'm a no. Okay, I was going to say I'm a righteous person. I was going to say I'm a righteous person, but that's not
Cap.
the case. It's
Cap.
just that cheating is the last thing you want to get caught with in my school. Okay, besides fornication. But I mean, not a lot of people are that brave. But
Hmm.
cheating is like a common thing, and if you get caught, you're pretty much screwed. So, all right, it's a. Still, I've told you this, so I'll tell you again. So it's a computer test, all right.
Hmm.
Right, right. It's a
Hmm.
computer's test. And I'm sitting, and it's a code, right? It's Java and whatnot. And I'm like, bro, I do not know what this is, but I know that the questions are going to come from my notebook. So I like learned the stuff in my notebook properly. And just for the paper starting, I was just like, okay, yeah, man, last minute, just checking my shit. And all of a sudden, my teacher just goes like, Varun, how dare you keep your book open? I'm like, fuck you mean? Like, why does it matter if my book's open right now? Like, I don't have the question paper or something. And I look up, and the entire question's been written on the board. and, and like the entire class is just everyone like with the like, with the answer sheet and the pen in their hands, and they're just looking back, and I'm just like,
I missed a step.
there's no way I can talk myself out of this. Like, what do you say? And I went like, oh, ma'am, I didn't know. And she's like, shut up and write the paper. After you're done writing the paper, you're screwed. Imagine having to write, bro. Usually, exams if you get caught cheating, you're immediately told to stop and you're taken
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Imagine having to answer an exam knowing that you've been presumed to be cheating already, bro.
Bro.
Stressful. So now listen what happened. Okay, wrote that paper. She calls me out. She's like, so you're basically screwed, right? You were cheating and stuff, which is bad. So here's what we're going. First of all, I'm going to give you a negative remark, which is obvious, and I'm like already in tears. And then she's like, bro, all my stories end with me in tears. Every single one of my school stories. And
Fact.
she's like, I'm also going to tell your computer teacher that you cheated, so he's going to give you bad marks. I'm like, ma'am, I think I already covered the bad marks side of it. Like, I don't think he
Cheating,
has
no
to.
cheating, don't worry about
Exactly.
it.
So I'll tell you what happens, all right? So she gives me a negative remark. I go back to class and sometimes you're just so angry, you start crying. You know that, right? Yeah, this wasn't one of those cases. I was just crying.
You just folded.
I was just
You
in
couldn't
tears.
handle it.
Right. So I was crying and shit, and all the pretty chicks in my class are looking at me and they're like judging and shit.
Of
I'm
course.
like, screw y'all, I got caught cheating. and
What a
anyway,
brave thing to say.
ain't no way I'm trying to look cool in front of them. And so, wait, anyway, fast forward to the day we're getting our papers back from the comp teacher. And he calls me. He's handing me a paper and he's like, so, your teacher told me you're cheating. I would have given you zero if you'd gotten good marks. It was a 20-mark paper. And he's like, but you still somehow got 11 despite cheating. So just take the paper and don't take so this is an 8th standard and these tests were just to determine whether or not you want to take computers as your sixth subject in ninth and 10th.
Right,
He's
right,
like,
right.
bro, trust me, like it's not gonna happen.
Homie to homie,
Yeah, just
don't
man to
take stab
man
signs.
talk, don't go for it, dude. And I was like, sir, I trust you with all my life, bro. Don't worry, I'm not taking a shit ass subject anyway. Never use a computer in my life since then. Never. To
This
this
guys,
day.
right now, this is through like
My
Varun's life.
refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Samsung refrigerator.
Yes. Bro, same thing happened to my friend. Like this was an English exam, okay?
Mhm.
And I mean our English teacher was invigilator already. Big no no. Because I mean same subject invigilator, they're
Right,
of
right.
course gonna be like sus about everything.
Yes,
So
us?
yeah, stop it.
Sorry.
So I don't know, something like the bell rang and this guy was like disturbed and he looked around or something, okay. This wasn't huge at all. Okay. So and then he just continues writing. He finishes a page, okay, and this is English. So man has written good amount of shit
Right, right.
in that page. Ma'am walks up to him, she's like, I won't be collecting that paper because you
Ain't
cheated.
no way. Ain't
And
no
I
way.
won't collect the next page you're going to write. Imagine writing the next page.
No. No, that
And
poor
the homie is
boy.
not gonna take it.
Why would he even write it then?
Bro, he was like, nah, listen.
You gotta hear me out.
What did I do? Because what did he do?
What how we do,
It's
Bro.
crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean it was pretty stupid, dude. Like, and on the other hand, you had people who used to like go to such extents of cheating, bro. Like what? Like girls used to like write the answer on their thighs and just fold their skirt over it, and if they want to see the answer, they'd pull the skirt up. What's the examiner gonna do? How, bro? I'll tell you this, okay? one time when I was in 8th standard, so we saw these examination, we used to be assigned in classroom to like, answer exams. And man, I stuttered my way through that sentence.
That was a
That
rocky
was
sentence, huh?
horrendous, damn. But basically, these exam classrooms where there used to be students from like not just your grade, from like all grades. So
Right,
like
right, right, right.
basically 5th standard onwards, anyone can be in your class, 5th to 10th. So I was in 8th, and I was sitting next to a 10th standard student, and in the row next to me there was another like 9th standard student, and then another 10th. Okay, and that 10th standard student was like notorious boy, notorious big
Okay,
types,
okay.
bro. You know what I'm saying? So exams going on. This guy is very obviously cheating, like not even trying to be subtle about it. And the invigilator is our PE teacher. Okay, it's a woman.
Oh,
It's a woman. This woman comes up to this guy and goes like, "Hey, you think I don't know what you're doing?" And he's like, "Ma'am, what am I doing?" Like, I can see. And he's like, "What?" She's like, "Even I used to do all this stuff when I was in like your age." And he's like, "Ma'am, even you used to cheat."
no.
Man ratted himself out,
Oh no.
bro. And she was so speechless. She didn't do anything. She just walked away.
Of course.
What do you
This
say
is
to that?
like I'm sure she was prepared for like a barrage of questions to crack
Yeah.
him. Like, oh, yada yada yada. She's like, yeah, ma'am. Bro, samesies. I used to cheat,
Man
ma'am.
folded. Man folded. He's like, let's have a beer and talk about our experiences.
How we cheat right now.
Bro, come on.
And dude, like, okay, guys, I'm gonna complain. I've
Come.
cheated. Stop it. I'm gonna clean.
Clean
I've
comes.
cheated before. So, look, I had a streak of getting full marks in fourth grade, okay? But my
Sus.
in math.
Yeah.
But the last exam, it wasn't hitting right. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna look over to my friend's paper and just get that full marks. I look over, ma'am turns at the right moment and stares at me. And bro,
No.
when you have to play it off as if you're doing
Yeah.
something else, so I just started
Tough, tough.
coughing in his direction. I was just like, ma'am,
You,
chill. I'm coughing in his direction. And then I'm scratching my head because I
you
found the answer. I'm like
dumbass.
scratching my head and I'm like,
Right.
hmm, aha. It's
Bro.
actually not three, it's beef.
In a math paper, the answer is beef. Of course. No, so I'll tell you, one time, GK test, all right? Again, what the hell is GK as a, I mean, okay, not even going to go there. Anyway, 4th standard again, all right? And I needed, oh, wait, okay, there's two stories here. So, one story is GK, all right? So, I needed one answer. How many hearts does a cuttlefish have? I'm
Five.
like, bro, okay. I'm like, bro, why would I know that? It's just frigging
True.
cuttle. I think it's 8. Hold up, let
Not
me
true.
check that shit.
It's not even five.
It's 8. How many
But with the
hearts does it?
confidence, you can win.
Yeah, way too many. Way too many confidence. 3. Never mind. Fourth standard GK. Fourth standard GK knowledge gone to waste. Anyway, question is how many hearts does a cuttlefish have? I'm like, bro, I know it's not one. 2 seems kind of weird, but I don't know the answer. I'm like, okay, here's the plan. So I walk up to my teacher's desk, okay? And while walking, I like look at everyone's answers, okay? And I reach my teacher's desk, and my teacher's like, "What are you doing here?" She's like, "I'm like, ma'am, it was this question. Like, can you explain this question to me?" She's like, That's literally the question number. That's not even a question." I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry."
Acha, acha, acha,
And I went
acha.
back. My bad. And I went back. Okay, that's one. But now this story, oh, this is my social studies, bro. I tell you, this shit made me question my life. Social studies in 4th standard. I have to learn the diagram of land breeze and sea breeze.
Mm,
Okay, let me
mm.
just tell you one thing, all right? I have to actually verify this beforehand before I mess up.
You
Before
say the wrong
I
shit again.
I say the wrong shit again, man, ain't happening. All right, yeah,
Bro, I know land breeze, sea breeze system.
wait, huh? When? Which ones during the day? Which ones during the day,
Land breeze
dude?
is during the day, sea breeze is during night.
Are you for sure?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hold up.
For sure, bro.
Sea
I'm not gonna
breeze
explain myself.
during the day? What the
Abed, it
fuck?
heats up faster.
Sea
Please.
breeze occurs during hot summer days.
Wait, what?
Is sea breeze during day or night? Land breeze occurs at night. Ah, that's what. The same, I'll tell you. Look,
Okay.
Spoiled the story kind of, but no, there's backstory to it as well. Social studies was this is one. It's a question that usually comes again. It's like a 4 mark question out of a 20-mark paper, bro. Huge weightage. And my mom had told me when your brother was in fourth standard, they had told him to draw sea breeze, but he drew land breeze, and he lost 4 marks. I'm like, what a dumb bitch!
What a
I'd never
bitch.
do that, bro. I go for the paper. They're like sea breeze. I immediately draw moon. That's the first thing I drew. The moon, and then I proceeded to draw the land, the water, the all the wrong arrows. And then I tell you, okay. So finally the day comes and the teacher's corrected the paper and she's giving them back. And she legit calls me to my desk. She's like, Varun, what was the question asked? I'm like, sea breeze. She's like, why do you have a moon in the diagram? Bro, I cried. I legit started crying there only. I was like, ain't no way you're telling me I'm not only stupid enough to make this mistake, but I'm stupid enough to know my brother made the mistake, consciously try not to make the mistake, and still make the
Made the
mistake.
mistake. Blessed. Dude, GK, even
Blessed?
I have. GK, even I have a pathetic relation. Okay, story time. Third grade, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, in third grade, I was cocky as hell. Now I've
Mm-hmm.
simmered down, I'm a really humble person.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure.
So, in third grade, so
Yeah.
I was like, so this GK teacher, she wasn't even our GK teacher, she was just like an invigilator and it was oral exam. She just asked us, and we tell her.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, guys, just I know you guys are prepared. Just be calm and do well, okay? I'm like, bro, chill. I'm like playing
Exactly.
hand cricket and like all that shitty pinky
Right,
games,
right.
breaking fingers and whatnot.
Breaking
And
fingers, yeah.
dude, like while she's having the oral, she's like telling Siddhant, please be quiet. We're having an oral. And like between, she's like, Siddhant, can you please? We're having an oral. I'll call you after this. I was like, yeah, cool, bro. Order Eve, random shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Winning the game.
Right.
She calls me, and it's like two or one or two questions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
three questions. First two questions, banged it easy. She's like, okay, so who invented the light bulb? Albert Einstein. Thank you, ma'am. And
No, no, no,
bro,
no,
dude, and you would be surprised at the
no
speed.
way.
She said light bulb. I said Albert Einstein. Can I please go back to playing hand cricket? And
No.
she's just staring at me like Siddhant, because she wants me to not fail in
Right,
third
right,
grade.
right.
She's like, Sid, think about it. Albert Einstein? I'm like, yeah, Albert Einstein. Yes,
No
ma'am. Lock
way.
किया जाए 1 crore.
No way.
And I go back order these. Bro, I got a C in GK. I got A in everything else. I got a C in third grade.
Dumbass.
That's
Wait,
insane.
bro. Uh, hold up. I'm sorry. That was just. I mean, I'm not gonna say that word, but um, dude, I'm sorry. When I was in 11th standard, again, computer story, all right. My teacher had such low expectations from me for the Viva, lab Viva. She legit came. She's like, she asked me, alright, we had annual day coming up. For my Viva, she asked me, she's like, do you know any good singers for the annual day? I was like, this can't be real. She's like, do you know any good singers? I'm like, I mean, yeah. She's like,
Homie,
who?
believe me.
She's like, she's like, give me some people's names, and he gave her. She's like, cool. She went. I was like, bro, ain't no way that just happened. I'm telling you, that was my story for like I should tell that to everyone, guys. For my Viva, my teacher came and asked me names, and
Like,
not
you
even like
didn't
names,
understand the disrespect. Like,
bro.
Varun, I don't expect anything from
Any
you.
like I don't even I expect you to know what is on your computer screen right now. Like literally nothing,
Just tell me random names.
bro.
Imagine
Say
you give like shitty singers as well. It's like,
nah.
ma'am, that watchman outside
Bro,
kills the high
oh,
note.
don't disrespect the watchman, bro. Man had a heart of gold, silver, and
Our
all
watchman
those
was a
things.
bitch. Bro, he did not let us leave during lunch. What a
Mm-hmm.
guy. Hated him. Hated
Ouch.
him.
No,
I mean,
wait, wait,
of
wait.
course, he's doing his
Bro, you
job.
jackass. But wait, one more. But then, like, eventually she had to take, like, a genuine viva of me. Because, like, it was an actual grade. Like, this was, like, time pass. This was for, like, a board grading. Like, she needed a. Bro, when I tell you, I given up on myself, but she hadn't. She was searching for questions I could answer. So it's like she calls two people at a time. One person answers, like, and then she'll ask one, ask the other. And, once you answer your question, go answer your question and go. I sat there while three people came and went because she just couldn't find. I mean, look how I'm blaming her. She couldn't find the question that
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
knew the
She's like,
it's her fault. You know. Oh man, that shit was embarrassing with